to pray. There's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Kira's show here. Now then, whenever we last left off, Deku, he had just told Hakakuri that he can start training her for UA. Now, he is running home. He would finally arrive as his neighbor would see him. He would just say hi to them as he immediately runs into his apartment. Now, Deku, he begins to clean up and hide some of the things he needs to hide. He hides the first aid kit, a lot of the surgical equipment, the money, and the chain he has in his room. Along with, putting it in his shoebox and throwing it up in his closet. That's the best way you can think of to hide it. Now, he doesn't know what to do with this strange device that he got from the, guys the other day. He's just trying to think about it. This one, he pulled two of them from the cars. One of them was destroyed and, half salvageable, while the other one was somewhat damaged. So, if he knew what this thing was, he could probably fix it. But that doesn't seem like his department, so he would just throw something on top of it to cover it and slide it underneath his, slide it into his closets, as he's just thinking that should work for now. Now, later on into the day, Hakakuri would come by and Deku would begin to train her, where she would see all this weight equipment in his, room. They would begin to work out, let's cut to about a year later. Now, anyways, let us cut to about a year later, where Deku, him and Hakakuri are talking, and they would actually be telling the teacher that they plan on going to UA, as the Ghost Rider's been missing for about a year now. Deku's been trying to control the Ghost Rider, but, that's been a bit harder. Since the Rider, he usually just wants to fight, and he wants to make people pay. Deku's been having trouble, and some people notice this, but they just think that he's probably just having a bit of issues with his quirk, since he's usually sweating and is having high fever, along with him drinking a lot of water. Now, Deku would be trying to keep the Rider calm and explain to him that things will be fine and that they just need to stay calm. As the Rider would tell Deku that you can't suppress me. Sooner or later, I'm going to slip out. What are you going to do then? Besides, you still need to tell her. Now then, before Deku can continue, the Rider would just keep Deku's attention. Deku basically looking like he just zoned out in the middle of class, as someone would finally get it. They would just ask Midoriya, he's going to UA, correct? Well, yeah. Good. Well then, I do hope you get into class 1A, or the hero course at least. Your quirk is very impressive. You've also made a lot of improvements in the last year. Oh well, thank you. As the day would end, and Deku would be walking home. Now, while that's happening, Toru, she's going with Deku, as these two would be walking by the shopping mall. Deku would ask her what her hero costume is going to be, and she would just say that she has an idea, But, well, it's a bit embarrassing. Oh, come on, it can't be that bad. As she would basically just say, possibly a pair of gloves and shoes. That's it? Yeah? Jesus. Okay. Listen, you do have hair, right? Yes. And you do have skin cells, along with a bit of blood, right? Yeah. What's your point? If you start saving some of that stuff up, like your hair, you can probably get a good suit made out of it. Or at least have those fibers implanted in. Really? Yes, then you wouldn't have to fight naked. Oh, thank God. Yeah. Now, this is where Deku, him and Toru would just go to a place where they design suits and or equipment for heroes. It's a small place at the mall, but, well, it's gotten pretty popular lately since, well, heroes and amateur students, they all come by here and check to see with people about their designs. If they're feasible, if they're possible, or if they're any good. Now, with that being said, Deku, he would be talking to someone as he's asking them about a fireproofing material. While that's happening, the woman would just say that Deku's eyes are a bit weird. As Deku would look into a mirror, he would just see that his eyes are crap. And as he would just explain, sorry, that's part of my quirk. It's been acting up a bit. Oh, so that's why you're looking for this gear, right? Well, yes, actually. As the woman would just help Deku. While that's happening, Deku can feel himself, well, not change, but he can just feel something. He can feel sin. That's never good. Now, this is where Deku, he would have begun to run away, as Toru tries to follow him, watching as anytime she's running after him, Deku just runs down an alleyway, as she sees that he's leaving footsteps made of fire, as she just keeps going. The alley would lead into a dead end, but before she can even think about what just happened, this is where the sludge villain will be attacking Bakugo, and make themselves known. Now then, as soon as the sludge villain does that, this is where people will just watch as the Ghost Rider is back. The Ghost Rider immediately just running around, jumping off of the building, slamming directly into the villain and throwing Bakugo out of it. And it's basically just throwing around as much force as it wants to with the villain. It will just light its body on fire as it incinerates it and takes it down. Now, before Deku can even continue, All Might would have immediately charged in, trying to take down the rider. As he comes in with a punch, thinking that the rider's going to do something bad. So, as whenever Deku he gets sent flying, as he immediately stands back up. He begins just by popping his neck back into place and staring down at All Might, as he just brings up his hand, telling All Might that he's innocent. What? No, you're not. You have blood on your hands. I never said I was innocent. Now, we can continue this later. Too many civilians for my liking. Civilians? Wait. As he realizes exactly what just happened. Now, Deku would immediately whistle as one simple thing happens. An entire area around him sparks with fire as a bike manifests, or well, comes through hell. As a Deku would hop on it and immediately just take off. Now, Toru would be trying to get into contact with Deku. As after the rider disappears, Deku, he would answer her call, asking exactly what's going on. What's all the commotion about outside? Where are you? Oh, I went down the alley and it was a dead end. I went up. You went up? Yeah, you don't know parkour? Come on, it's not that hard. It doesn't matter, Midoriya. Listen, I need you to help me train. Besides, this is going to be a lot harder to do. Now, as that happens, this is where Deku and her, they would meet up again. As Deku's walking home, he would see All Might, as he actually does, try and get his autograph, since he is being carried around. He would do so as All Might would take notice of this kid. He would just ask the kid exactly what his quirk is, to where Deku would just say fire manipulation. And seeing how buff he is, he thinks that he could be a good successor. But, where was he during all the chaos? It doesn't matter. Now, this is where Deku and her would begin to walk home. As Bakugo, he would have cut them off, telling Deku that he didn't need his stupid help, and that he's better off without it, as he began walking home. Now then, as Deku and Hakakuri are walking back to their homes, this is where All Might would have appeared. He would have appeared then shrunken down, as he would begin by asking these two exactly what are they doing. Now, they would be in shock about this, as this man just deflated and he looked like All Might. To which the writer would just point out that this man is All Might. Look at the clothes. Wait. Hi. I'm not sure how to respond to this. As All Might would just give the entire explanation. Now, as that happens, this is where Deku, he would be offered one for all. As All Might would just say that he notices that he's actually in a pretty fine shape. So he believes that if he has him be his successor to his quirk, then, well, it could work out for him. Do you accept my offer? No, thank you, All Might. What? Why? Well, it's just that my quirk is already kind of pretty strong. So you're just gonna lie to him, right? Yes, now shut up. What was that? Nothing, All Might. Listen, I'm not sure I would be the best for your quirk. Besides, I've got a bit of difficulties with my own, as Deku does look down at his hand. Now then, All Might, he would understand this, as Toru would just say that. Can she try? Well, it's just that my quirk is kinda, well, a bit odd. It's just invisibility. So, what exactly is your quirk? Oh, well, my quirk is called One for All. One for All? Yes, a culminated power passed down from generation to generation. So, if you are going to be my successor, then we do need to train you. Actually, Me and her have been training for years. Oh, really? Well, I mean, I was already in somewhat of a good fit condition before I started working out, then she asked me to help her last year. Hmm, okay, I see. Well then, we'll have to properly gauge her power, as Alma would take her to the beach, telling her that she needs to clean all of this stuff up. So, if she can do that, then, well, he can test her and see exactly where she stands. Now, this is where Deku, he would just be asking the writer if they should tell All Might. To which the writer would just say that they really shouldn't. It would be a bad idea. Besides, how do you think the number one hero would react to hearing that you're on the most wanted list? And that the writer's back? Oh shit. Yeah, your little outburst was a bit difficult to control. I barely managed to stave off Mephisto. Really? Yes. He's been trying to get through more and more. He knows. Soon he's gonna try and contact us. No. Deku, he would hear that. Exactly how does he contact people? Now, Toru and All Might, they would be working out, and Deku, he's just trying to think and pick up on certain things about the Ghost Rider's abilities. He's already been skilled enough in them, but now he's learned a bit of a trick. Just like his dad, he can manipulate fire out of his mouth. But that's a problem. Since this fire, trying to regulate it is a bit crazy. It's like spitting a shotgun blast, as you can call it. It looks wild, and it's scattered all about. So he has to find a good way to focus it. Now, with that being said, I do want to say that we can cut to around 3 to 4 months later. The beach isn't completely clean, but it's actually close to done. Since Deku just standing around kinda feels like he should work out too. So he's able to lift some other stuff, and he doesn't really help Toru, because All Might told him that not to help her with some of the heavier stuff and let her actually build a bit of more muscle. So, that is where Deku just was working on a different pile, basically. Now, All Might, he would be talking with Deku after this all happens. As All Might would just ask him exactly what is, well, a good way to put it. Why did you turn down my quirk? Not a lot of times do people reject power. Well, I'm not really sure. You rejected my quirk without even thinking? Well, yes. If you knew the reason why, you may not trust me anymore. What was that? Trust you? Well, yes, All Might. Why is that? As Deku, he would do one thing, deciding that it's time. He would tell Hakakure if she can, well, ask her if she can come over here. To which she would do so. Deku would take a few steps towards the beach or the ocean. As he turns around, he looks to see if there's anyone nearby, as he tells the writer to do it. As Deku begins to ignite with fire and burst into flames. Now, All Might and Hakakure are shocked as they watch exactly what happens, as Deku turns into the Rider. As soon as that happens, Deku, he's just on his knees, and he's looking down at the ground, as he immediately just looks up. Hagakure and All Might being in shock. All Might would just say that this is you're the yes. As Hakakure would walk up to him, she would just say that she can't believe it. You're really the. As she brings her hand out to try and touch Deku, Deku would just step backwards, telling her not to do that. Why? Hellfire. That's what you call it? As Deku shakes his head, as the spirit of vengeance is in control. She can hear its voice distorting, and difference. This is difference. And she just asks exactly what is this thing? It would just say vengeance incarnate. The angel that fell, tortured and tormented, and broke. Created as a bodyguard and a vessel. A vessel for what? Evil. Destroy it at all cost, or I could die. All Might's confused, asking Deku exactly why is he hiding this. As he would turn back, the skin on his face basically looking like it regrew. As Deku would take a deep breath in and just say that whenever the writer first popped up, he was uncontrollable. I've been managing it, getting better. Around as he names off a day, saying that this is where the writer let him start using his own abilities. And he's just been using the fire as a quirk, for a cover. All I would just take a deep breath in as he tries to think about this. So, he almost gave his quirk to the ghostwriter. That could have been bad. That could have ended very badly. Now then. He would just ask Deku why he didn't just take the quirk then. He could be unstoppable. To which he would just say that that's what he's worried about. The deal he made, he didn't know what he was getting into. He made a deal with the devil. And he knew exactly why. This thing, this creature, he knows what it does. He's seen it. He's been there to witness it. Now, Hakakure would just ask exactly why, though. How did this happen? To which Deku would just give the explanation. After everything he lists off, especially the part where the men beat him and he was a vigilante in the first place, he then mentions about how ironically, they somewhat took his dad, beat him, then lit him on fire. They then left him gut shot to die, as he can smell and still taste the burn. Everything around him being crisp and cold. Now, as Hakakuri can picture these in vivid detail, being a bit, well, horrified, to say the least. Now, she was just asked Deku why. Why does he... Is this why you've been distant? As he looks away, saying that it's why I've been, well, anything. I try and stay isolated. Stay away from areas I know the crime is happening. I've been doing good, but today it's been a bit different. Crime came to me. The writer's a defense mechanism. Anytime any ill will or bad people, as you can say, start heading my way, the writer will pop up and chase them down. It's like a really fucked up game of cat and mouse. Besides, the writer's tactics, they're extreme. But if you use them differently, intimidation, you get any answer you want. To which, before All Might would even ask, Deku would just say, not torture. Which makes All Might a bit more, well, better. Now, this is whenever All Might would just not know what to say, telling Deku to go, as he needs to speak with young Hakakure. Now, Deku would leave, as he's not sure if that was the right choice or not. Now then, Hakakure would just ask All Might exactly what's wrong. I need to report that boy. What? Well, I don't think you understand. The amount of blood on his hands is... It doesn't matter. Really. Young Hakakure, that is not how it works. The writer, that is not how it works. This should not be just something he can pass off. He can't pass off all those lives he's taken. Well, haven't you heard? He can't control it. But as soon as he did, he stopped taking life. Yes, well, that does vote true. I suppose if he really did want to take my life, he would have done so as soon as he saw me. Yes, so just give him a chance. As All Might would make a phone call, saying that the writer is no threat, which confuses quite a bit of people. Now, alrighty then. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.